Thoughts, takeaways, aha moments? Have you been practicing this awareness? Changing this awareness to act and behave as it would have never had behaved?
Clarence Smithson. Clarence Smithson. He said, faith is the ability to see the invisible. What did we say about Scott's music? No one on planet Earth had ever heard that music that he heard in his head until he put it on paper and then sent it out so that the rest of the world could enjoy what he was enjoying. It's the ability to see the invisible, to believe in the incredible. What is incredible is that there's a power in every cell of your being that operates in a totally deductive manner. It will take whatever image you impress it upon it, and it'll move you into the vibration you have to be in, to act the way you have to act, to attract the thing you have to attract for the manifestation of the image that you chose to build.
So that's exactly what Bob was saying right there, is that we can just switch it from the doubt to the faith just by literally looking at it differently. And as we do that, we move ourselves into a positive vibration when we start looking for the lesson or start looking for the positive thing that's in the situation. So a lot of people think, well...
So listen to this again.
On page 29, one of the best definitions of faith I've ever heard came from a chap in Chicago, Clarence Smithson. Clarence Smithson. He said, faith is the ability to see the invisible. What did we say about Scott's music? No one on planet Earth had ever heard that music that he heard in his head until he put it on paper and then sent it out so that the rest of the world could enjoy what he was enjoying. It's the ability to see the invisible, to believe in the incredible. What is incredible is that there's a power in every cell of your being that operates in a totally deductive manner. It will take whatever image you impress it upon it, and it'll move you into the vibration you have to be in, to act the way you have to act, to attract the thing you have to attract for the manifestation of the image that you chose to build.
So that's exactly what Bob was saying right there, is that we can just switch it from the doubt to the faith just by literally looking at it differently. And as we do that, we move ourselves into a positive vibration when we start looking for the lesson or start looking for the positive thing that's in the situation. So a lot of people think, well, you know, vibration and results, how do they connect? Why is it important to focus on the vibration instead of the results? And Bob ties this together really, really well in this next clip that we're going to go into.
That's what we really want to know. We want to know, how does reaching the goal and the awareness of vibration, how do they connect? Where's the connection there? Well, the more we understand this, the more we'll understand what I'm saying here, because everything vibrates. So what we want to do is get into harmonious vibration with whatever good we desire. We say here on the bottom of page 41, third paragraph in the bottom, for you to grasp a clear understanding of how you can actually take dominion over your results, to understand how and why thoughts and things come into your life as they do, you must go back to this basic premise which we started with in the very first lesson, where I held the glass of water and talked about the energy. We called it water, we called it steam, we called it air, ether, or gas. It was the same energy, it was just altering its level of vibration. Now we say energy is neither created nor destroyed. All science and all theology have taught us that for, let's say, for the past 6,000 years at least in recorded history. Now, everything is merely in a constant state of vibration, being manifest in all varying degrees of vibration. We have the ability to alter the vibratory rate of anything. I could take and alter the vibratory rate of this lectern. Call it lucite. I could turn it into air, ether, or gas. I did that yesterday with a dollar bill. Just 1 minute it was paper, boom, the next minute it was air. I had the choice. I had the ability to do that because I'm a creative being. I do have dominion over. Well, now we know that with simple little things. Let's use it for higher things. We say with free will and the other many mental factors we possess, in our marvelous mind, you have the co-creative ability to cause vibratory change to take place as you choose.
And so Bob was talking about the having dominion over, and a lot of people believe that their results actually have dominion over them instead. And that's why it's really important to understand that the results are an expression of the past, but our vibration is an expression of the future. So as we change our vibration, that's when our future starts to change on the outside world. So of course, everyone has completely different results, and Bob is explaining why that is, why people on the outside have such different results from other people, and it's literally by the pictures that are going on in the heads.
The image making process. Imagination is creation, and every image you keep thinking about, you're selecting images. Everything you're thinking about doing, not thinking about doing, stopping from doing, running away from doing, image making process. The question is not the images that you're thinking about doing. The question is what images are inside you to keep causing you to act and behave as you do. If you could take the images that you're thinking about doing, that you're wanting to do, and you can commit them to feeling them, seeing in them, and feeling them right here and now, is the only time you're changing and acting with them. Let's look at the physical reality. Lack of capital and many other circumstances over which you have no immediate control may force you to engage in work which you do not like. But no one can stop you from determining in your own mind what your definite chief aim in life shall be. Nor can anyone stop you from planning ways and means for translating this aim into reality. Nor can anyone stop you from mixing enthusiasm with your plans. Happiness, the final object of all human effort, is a state of mind that can be maintained only through the hope of future achievement. The happiness lies always in the future and never in the past. The happy person is the one who dreams of heights of achievement that are yet unattained. The home you intend to own, the money you intend to earn, and the place in the bank, and the trip you intend to take when you can afford it, the position in life you intend to fill when you have prepared yourself, and this preparation itself. These are the things that produce happiness. The preparation you will find in the conditioning of the mind, and then the conditioning of the mind, body. As you condition your mind, your body, to act and behave as it would have never have behaved, you are aligning yourself with the happiness that you seek. When you are taking the action, that is in alignment with the word happiness, you attract the things much more desired. When you take the action for the things that you don't want to do, you keep that reality moving forward. It's not what you say, it's what you do. And what you're doing keeps bringing that reality into form. Whatever you keep acting and doing, it's what will persist. When you start to act and behave like the thing that you want, is the only time that you're actually moving in a different degree, in a different direction.
This is a really good clip that we're going to go into.
You think it's an accident when one in sales, goes into their office and in their pigeonhole there are no messages, and another one goes in and there's 14 people wanting to buy something from them? Do you think it's an accident when there are two businesses side by side, one wins, one loses? I go to a barber shop down on Bayview Avenue, Tony's. I've been going there for 25 years, whenever I've lived in Toronto. 4 doors away is another barber shop on Bayview Avenue. I have never seen anyone in that barber shop in 25 years. I've never seen one person. Now, I know someone goes in there. I know that because the person couldn't keep the doors open. Otherwise, Tony's, you always have to wait. And the other one, you would never have to wait. Someone would say, well, that'd probably be a good place to go. I don't think he'd cut it the way I want it cut. And I think there's a lot of people think, I don't think he'll cut it the way I want it cut. But why is it empty? Is it because I'm thinking that? No. It's empty because that's the way that man sees his barbershop.
So it all goes back to the picture that you're holding in your mind. But understand, when you think about your goal and then you're starting to doubt things, it's not the thing that you're doubting that has the power, it's the feeling that you have of thinking that that doubt has power over you that's changing the vibration. So I think that's the main lesson is, you know, we keep saying the same thing over and over again. It's all about the image that you're holding in your mind that's going to determine the vibration, and that's going to determine the results. And I think it's a matter of just ignoring the outside world and just focusing on the picture. That's what I would take away from it. So I'm going to give it back to you, Bob.
Thanks, Scott. There were good points you brought out there. Really good. Now, let's look at this again. What we're talking here about really stretching our mind. Now, why wouldn't we do that? Well, let's think about it. We wouldn't do it because we've never done it before. We wouldn't do it because when we stretch our mind there, we can't afford it. We don't have any money. We wouldn't do it because it's a way out of our reach. We wouldn't do it because it scares the daylights out of us. And for all these reasons, we wouldn't do it. I think we should be looking at the reasons on why we can and why we should do it. So stay with me here. Now, where do we go? I love this. I made this for myself because I like it. This is where the wants come from. The wants come from inside. You know, if we're doing this properly, we'd say the wants come from the heart, which is in the subjective mind. That's the heart of hearts. And it comes into our consciousness. That's where the wants come from. They come from inside, and they cause us to want something. So it comes from the heart, which is inside. We then take and build what we want, and we turn it back over to the heart, and it turns into a desire. The desire is the effort of the unexpressed possibility within, seeking expression through your action. Now, that's a very crude way of explaining it, but that's exactly what happens. You're capable of doing anything you really want to do. Now look it. Einstein said the intuitive mind is a sacred gift. The rational mind is a faithful servant. We've created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift. The intuitive mind is a sacred gift. The rational mind is a faithful servant. We don't really pay attention to the sacred gift. Most people have never been taught. Let's take a look. Use these mental faculties to create the world you want, you and your family to live in. You want you and your family to live in. Never settle. What are they? Well, here they are. These are the mental faculties. Just keep looking at them because they're very important. And they're what most people don't use. We've got all these higher faculties. In the discussion, I would like each person to talk about how much they know about these. In fact, Tommy, are you there?
I am.
Let's break into groups and just at will, anyone, one person can talk about how much they know about any one of these higher faculties. Now, I know a lot about every one of them because I've never stopped studying them. How does your imagination actually work? What role does your imagination play in your life? Does it play an important role in your life? How about reason? What role does reason play? Or perception? I'm not going to do this for a long time, but I want you to do.
Takeaways? When we use the mental faculties to create the world you want, where do you need to start? What do you need to do? Perception, imagination, memory, intuition, reason, will, all higher faculties of the mind, same mind that got you where you're at today. Change the perception, change the image making process. You've got to literally stop being yourself. When you stretch, you're stretching your imagination. When you stretch, you're stretching the same awareness that has taken you where you're at today. And when you stretch further, you're taking yourself further than what you've been using. And what's stretching is that vital life force thing that's made you who you are. The only difference is you keep using images that you know. Enthusiasm is a vital life force. So vital, in fact, that no man who has it highly developed can begin even to approximate his own power of achievement. Nobody can tell you how far you can go. It's untangible. It's a vital life force, and no man has it highly developed then can really approximate how far it can go. Developing enthusiasm, working with your vision. Your definite chief aim in life. Lack of capital, and many other circumstances over which you have no immediate control may force you to engage in work which you do not like. But no one can stop you from determining in your own mind what your definite chief aim in life shall be, nor can anyone stop you from planning ways and means for translating this aim into reality, nor can anyone stop you from mixing enthusiasm with your plans. Happiness, the final object of all human effort, is a state of mind that can be maintained only through the hope of future achievement. Happiness lies always in the future and never in the past. The happy person is the one who dreams of heights of achievement that are yet unattained. The home you intend to own, the money you intend to earn, and the place in the bank and trip you intend to take when you can afford it. The position in life you intend to fill when you have prepared yourself, and the preparation itself. Here we go. When you have prepared yourself and the preparation itself, these are the things that produce happiness. It's the doing part of your personality gets you what you want. Where have you fallen short? If you have, you'll find it in the preparing of yourself. The preparation itself, these are the things that produce happiness. It's the conditioning of the habits of the behaviors that you have. If you still are not getting the results you want, Go back to the conditioning of the preparation itself. How well have you fixed in your mind the new habits of preparation? How well are you developing the preparation? I remember an individual was talking about how he's coaching teams. It's about the preparation itself. He said, I don't care what you did last month, last year, last decade. The only thing that matters is what you do today, how you perform today. But how you perform today is dictated on your conditioning of your mind, the conditioning of your habits. It doesn't, yesterday's gone. Last year, last month is gone. What makes you who you are today? The conditioning of your mind. How many times have you practiced that shot? How many times have you prepared yourself, and are you doing the thing you need to do to become what you want to see? It does not matter how much you've done or what you've done in the past. Are you prepared to play today? Are you prepared? Have you been doing what you set out to do? Have you developed the habits and techniques that you have to have? And have you engaged in the work that you have to be in to live the dream you desire? You can never play the game or be in the game if you don't know the rules and you have not practiced developing your skills at the level you need to be at. Preparation is the key. Action in the preparation aligns you with the thing that you desire. Eric Hill talks about enthusiasm and how he had become enthusiastic over an idea. When the idea first took form in my mind, I was unprepared to take even the first step toward its transformation into reality. More than 20 years ago, I became enthusiastic over an idea. When the idea first took form in my mind, I was unprepared to take even the first step towards its transformation into reality. But I nursed it in my mind. I became enthusiastic over it as I looked ahead in my imagination and saw the time when I would be prepared to make it a reality. The idea was this: I wanted to become the editor of a magazine based upon the Golden Rule, through which I could inspire people to keep up courage and deal with one another squarely. Finally, the chance came. On Armistice Day, 1918, I wrote the first editorial for what was to become the material realization of a hope that had lain dormant in my mind for nearly a score of years. With enthusiasm, I poured into the editorial the emotions when I had been developing in my heart over a period of more than 20 years. My dream had come true. My editorship of a national magazine had become a reality. 20 years. As I have stated, this editorial was written with enthusiasm. I took it to a man of my acquaintance, and with enthusiasm I read it to him. The editorial ended in these words: "As at last my 20-year-old dream is about to come true. It takes money, and a lot of it, to publish a national magazine. And I haven't the slightest idea where I'm going to get it, this essential factor, But this is worrying me not at all, because I know I'm going to get it somewhere." As I wrote those lines, I mixed enthusiasm and faith with them. I had hardly finished reading this editorial when the man to whom I read it, the first and only person to whom I had shown it, said, "I can tell where you are going, and to get the money, for I am going to supply it." Yes, enthusiasm is a vital force. so vital in the fact that no man who has it highly developed can begin even to approximate his power of achievement. Before stepping into the next lesson, I wish for you to repeat and to emphasize the fact that you may develop enthusiasm over your definite chief aim in life, no matter whether you are in position to achieve that purpose at that point in time or not. You may be a long way from realization of your definite chief aim, but if you will kindle the fire of enthusiasm in your heart and keep it burning, before very long, the obstacles that now stand in the way of your attainment of that purpose will melt away as if by the force of magic, and you will find yourself in possession of power that you do not know you possessed. The realization that you are the energy given life and form to that energy. Your dreams, your desires are the energy given life to all energy around you. And the energy around you is a product of prior thinking. You alone are the only one that can change reality. You alone are the only one that can rearrange reality itself. And it's through the constant spaced repetition of ideas, gratitude, enthusiasm, happiness, joy, perseverance, and then getting in the habit of doing the things that you need to do. If you keep getting in the habit of doing what you know, you're going in the wrong direction. You've got to literally get in the habit of doing the thing that you don't want to do, and you've got to discipline yourself to give yourself a command and do the thing that you want to do, that you set out to do. The man teaching soccer players said it exactly. I don't care what you did last year. Last year's gone. The only thing that matters right now is how conditioned your mind and body's at to perform today. And if you can't get on the field and perform today, it doesn't matter what you've done yesterday. What habits and behaviors do you have? Do you have the habits and behaviors, the conditioning, and the mastery of doing the thing? And what's holding you back? We're at our time. Thank you guys. And everyone have a wonderful day.